Alright, plugs are in. Time to do plugs. I use AC Delco plugs. I like to use OEM. This kind of stuff. I'm going to show you just one of these. Procedure is pretty much the same for all 8. And we'll do all 8. And then we'll hook the scanner back up. Should not have any more misfires after that. A little easier with a pair of these to get the plugs undone. Just going to reach down. This is hot. It just came in. I like to do these when they're not hot, but I don't have a choice in this case, so that's why I have gloves on. I'm just gonna get a hold of it here. Try to pull it out. Get right in your way. You want to get the right angle on these. There you go. Pop it out. You should get the spring. Don't forget your spring should be in there. Just set that aside. Plug in. My spark plug socket in there. 5/8 in this case. Just break it loose. So it's good to lean over a nice hot radiator when you're doing this. Plugs are going to be hot. If you're doing this when it's hot, they're going to be mighty hot. Pull plug out. That's the one that was actually misfiring. I swapped it. You get a new plug. Put that plug in there. Always start them by hand. Didn't get it yet, I don't think. There it goes. Don't get a ton of, don't crush them. I got snugged up to probably 13, 15 foot-pounds is probably all they get. Let me get a little bit of dielectric grease. I'm going to put this down along the tip of the wire here. Just kind of swab it in. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Not a ton. Just helps to keep the spark where the spark's supposed to be. Plug that back in. I can't see. I'm trying to stay out of your light. There it is. There, clipped on. That's it. I'm gonna do the rest. The rest of them, all 7. The other 7, same thing, and then we'll come back and scan it and see what we have. They're all in. Passenger side is tighter, just more stuff in the way. You could probably go through the wheel well to get a couple of them a little easier. I got them all from the top. The back one's the hardest, obviously, but tools. 3/8 ratchet. I like swivel. I hardly ever use a straight ratchet anymore, always a swivel. 3/8 swivel stubby. A lot easier once you break them loose just to use this, and then this one has a dial on it which you can turn by hand, which is nice. Extensions, 5/8 spark plug socket. Some extensions, you know, not that long. Swivel, you may need it. Universal swivel. Longer one, you know, when you have room. Makes it easier to get a hold of things. And I also have a short wobble extension, which helps sometimes. Well, it's a few days later. I realized I didn't show you 2 of the tools. I use these. These are hose clamp pliers for pulling off hoses, but they work really good for getting around the top of the boot, above the circular metal shield, and pulling the boots and pulling the spark plug boots off. On the passenger side, I also use this. Get a hold of it with this, and then I stick the pry bar between the exhaust manifold and the pliers, and I can push against the exhaust manifold and pop it off. Otherwise, they're really they're just hard to get at on the passenger side especially. So I didn't want to leave those 2 tools out. You can use a pair of spark boot plug pliers if you have them, but I actually use the hose clamp pliers for these. You just got to be a little more careful. They can damage them if you're not careful, but they work really well. So that's kind of what you need to do this. Not a lot of stuff. Oh, if you're doing this when it's hot. That wasn't even a 10 millimeter and it escaped. If you're doing this when it's hot, long sleeves. And somewhere here, gloves. You're gonna need them, especially on the passenger side. It's tight. Stick your hand down in there without a long sleeve and a glove. It's coming back out really quick because it's hot. If possible, you want to do this when it's cold. I couldn't. This just came in, so let's go hook my scanner up. Let's hook the Autel up. Let's take a look at misfires and see what we have. We shouldn't have any now. I saw it move from cylinder 7 to cylinder 1 when I swapped plugs. These plugs 110,000 miles or so overdue. Pretty sure they're original. They don't look terrible. I have them all, but they do have a significant, build up on the side of them. So they're just worn out. They wear out. Look like they're running well, but they're worn out. So let's go see what we have. I don't know how much you'll be able to see. I'm looking at cylinder 1 to 8. Hopefully you can see that. No misfires. All right, we had misfires before. Now it's running well. So needed plugs. Not a big deal. If you need to do plugs on your 2010, this is GMC Yukon XL, 5.3 liter. Take your pick. Chevy, Silverado, Sierra, Yukon, Tahoe, Suburban, 5.3, 4.8, probably just about the same. Use AC Delco plugs. Use the OEM plugs. I'm a real stickler for that because you're just asking for trouble. The plugs are designed for the vehicle. They're made to work with that particular engine. Put the OEM plugs in there. You don't have to go to the dealer to get them, but just beware. You see them on Amazon and they're $10 for a set of 8. Well, normally they'd be $80, $90. Yeah, I don't think you have much chance of them being any good. But try to use OEM for this. If you need to do this for your Yukon, Sierra, Silverado, Tahoe, Suburban, I hope it helps you out. If you like the videos, click the like and subscribe below. Thanks for watching.